Good Sunday morning, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here for this week's episode of what every cruiser wants, the survey edition. I said, let's bring Tiffany on this week. Let's have Tiffany answer some survey questions. Plus, we all know we don't get enough Tiffany time on some of these videos. So I forced her, I dragged her, I pulled her, and here she is. You ready to answer some surveys?
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to answer some questions that people have wrote in because they know how you want to cruise. They know how we all want to cruise. So they write in statements and say, change this, make this happen. This is what the people want. Well, you know what? We have answers in the form of these surveys. So let's get into it. First up, we're going to talk about charging of cell phones. Do you ever wander around a cruise ship and think that there's just not enough places to charge your cell phones?
No.
Is Carnival Cruise Lines behind in the times because there's not enough places to charge your cell phone?
For me, no, but
I would happen to agree with that. I wonder what everybody else thinks. But the statement was made. Carnival is a step behind by not having phone charging stations on the Lido deck and in the restaurants. So they are saying, I love that face. So they're saying that there's not enough phone charging stations or phone charging stations in restaurants. Can you imagine that you're sitting at a table in the main dining room? Let's say you're one of those eight person tables, and there's just phone cords everywhere. Is that how you want to eat dinner?
no.
You know,
And the whole point of going to dinner is to have conversation. And if your face is in a phone, how much conversation are you really having?
well, I agree. I mean, now they do want you to scan the QR code,
Yes.
look at the menu, but you can't pre-charge your phone before you go to the restaurant to have enough power to look at the QR code, honestly,
Or have a handy dandy battery pack with you.
or ask for a paper menu.
Or ask for a paper menu.
So many choices, but we are not the ones that speak for everybody. So let's take a look at the answers and find out, do people want more stations or do they want less? Now, as per requested, someone did ask to include the number of people that voted. So we now have that number at top. We had 24,058 people voted on this. And what do you know? The majority of people have said, I do not think we need charging stations where we eat on board.
No, I don't think so either.
Now, there was a few people that did say, I would very much like to see a phone charger at every dining room table on the Lido deck in the main dining room. Well, I am definitely going to have to go with the majority on this one. I don't need a phone charging station at my table in the main dining room. One, I don't want to have to remember to even bring a charger with me to dinner. That's really just not a, ooh, we're heading to dinner, let me put my phone charger in my pocket type of situation.
And then remember it afterwards.
And then have it all over the table. Because that's exactly where it's going to end up. They're trying to put plates down. You know, you're setting your cup down. Stuff's going to spill. I just see it being a mess more than it would be a solution to anything.
And unsanitary. How nasty are those cords?
Well, I mean, come on. Can you imagine the rage? Hats piss people off. Jeans piss people off. Now we're going to add phone cords to the list, an ongoing problem. But what do you guys think? Where do you fall? Phone chargers, yes? Or phone chargers, no? Now, it is coming up on Christmas. And you know what that means, right?
Matching Christmas jammies?
Well, for when it comes to cruise lines, not only does it mean Christmas pajamas, it means Pajama Gate 2024. We saw this last year where the question comes up, should you wake up Christmas morning? Should you go to the main dining room wearing your matching Christmas pajamas? And boy, there were some people last year that had an utter fit over the fact that people might be in the main dining room for breakfast on Christmas morning in their pajamas. And wouldn't you know it, the subject's back again. It's like one of those rashes that no matter what you take, it keeps on coming back. Well, it looks like pajamas in the main dining room is going to be an issue again. So the question has come up. Christmas morning pajamas in the main dining room. Is that a yes or is that a no? So what do you think? Would you wear Christmas pajamas to the main dining room on Christmas morning if you were on a cruise?
If they're appropriate, yes.
Well, okay, I do agree that there is a level of appropriate and Oh, hell no. That is absolutely true.
But yes, I would.
I completely agree. I too would wear pajamas Christmas morning. Not necessarily because I want to go out and buy pajamas, not necessarily because I want to wear them to the main dining room. You know why I would wear pajamas to the main dining room on Christmas morning?
To make people mad.
To watch the I Am Platinum Cruiser's head pop clean off and roll across the deck. I would purely do it for the piss you off factor.
I could see that.
Me too. Let's find out. Did people agree? Did people not agree? Where do you think people are going to land on Christmas pajamas?
I think they're all going to be wearing Christmas pajamas.
They're all right. Let's take a look at the survey result. 19,786 votes, with the majority of people saying, I would have no problem with people wearing pajamas to the dining room on Christmas morning, with a small, much smaller percentage saying, I do not think people should be allowed to wear pajamas to the dining room on Christmas morning.
Here's a thought. I think the crew and the staff should be wearing Christmas pajamas.
So we already have a group of people here that do not want to see passengers doing this at all. No hats, no jeans, no nothing. They're already losing their minds over Christmas pajamas. And now your solution is to put crew members and servers in pajamas. I'm thinking full pajamas with footies.
Mm-hmm.
Even though kind of have ears on them.
Mm-hmm.
Put the crew members in that?
Yep.
And that's going to be your solution?
Yeah.
You know what? I love it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's suggest it to the cruise line. Because if nothing else, the mental breakdowns that could possibly happen in the dining room for us to film and enjoy on Christmas morning would be like opening a present.
I just think it's becoming a very big tradition. It's a tradition I've done with my kids since they were little. New jammies, Christmas morning. They get to open them Christmas Eve. It's a tradition.
I personally just want to watch the Platinum Cruiser's head pop off and the entitlement ooze out. It wouldn't be blood. It would be entitlement. I don't know what that looks like. I'm kind of thinking unicorn blood. Silvery and shiny, and the entitlement starts to pool on the floor. I don't know. But the people have spoken, and they approve, they want, and they agree. Christmas pajamas on Christmas morning in the main dining room. Would you wear them or would you not? Next, we're going to talk about one that honestly just kind of irritates the tar out of me. I'm trying to keep this family friendly here. But this particular subject irritates me to no end. You are on a cruise ship. You have crew members that come from all around the world. English is normally not their first language. So when a couple of them get together from the same place, the same location, there is a better than average chance they may speak to each other in their native tongue. Now, I've seen this in the dining rooms. I've seen this around on the deck. Two crew members will bump into each other. And honestly, to me, it sounds like they're passing instructions or information. They'll do it together in their native language, and off they go. It affects me, not at all. But boy, for some people, this just tips them off of the deep end. They hate the idea that crew members are speaking in a foreign language, so they make this particular statement. It is very disturbing to hear waiters and standing on Lido deck speaking their own language together. My question is, why does this bother some people? Are you concerned that they're talking about you? The only thing I can honestly think of is that you are known to be a jerk or a jackass to crew members. They know it and you know it. So now you're suddenly concerned that they are maybe talking about you behind your back, that they're sharing the information of what a jerk you are on board the ship. Why else would it bother you that crew members are doing that? Why would it bother you?
And did you ever stop and turn that around? Maybe it bothers them that you're talking English.
And they don't understand everything we're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it that way.
It can go both ways.
Well, I never thought about it that way because it never bothered me that the crew members were doing it.
And if it bothers you that much, you know, they make earphones now that translate in your ear what they're saying.
That's true, too. But again, I'm not mean to crew members. I'm not ugly to crew members. I don't ever consider mistreating crew members. So chances of them saying something behind my back, I wouldn't think that they would have anything to say other than look at this fool with the camera.
The worst thing they're going to say is, that girl asked what I wanted from town.
Yeah. Watch out, that one's trying to buy you stuff in port. I don't know what's going on over here. That one over here keeps following me around trying to put ducks in my pocket, thinking I like them. That's the kind of stuff I can only imagine that they are saying behind our backs. Not that I even remotely think they're saying anything behind our backs.
No.
I think they're saying, hey, Bob, any idea where Frank left the broom? That may be closer to the truth.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for them to speak and give direction in their native tongue than to maybe miscommunicate in a language that doesn't come naturally to them.
All right, so it doesn't disturb us that they're talking in their own language. Let's look at the survey results and see, did it bother anybody else? Well, is this a surprise to anybody? 36,452 people voted. And I would like to point out that 0% of the people said Carnival crew members should not be allowed to speak anything but English where guests are. 0%. So to me, right there, that says that it's purely a you problem for the individual that wrote that in and was disturbed by crew members not speaking English. Because at least according to these 36,000 people, nobody agrees with you.
I don't agree with them either.
I am completely and utterly amazed that this is a regular conversation. I cannot believe that people spend so much time and so much focus on hating the cruise duck. This little guy right here, people dedicate time and effort, almost as much time and effort as people go through to prepare the ducks to hide on board the cruise ships. There's a group of people that spend as much time figuring out ways to hate on them.
I wonder if any of those people drive Jeeps.
Well, no, because ducks are a big thing for Jeeps, too.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if any of them drive Jeeps and maybe they didn't get ducked. And that's why they hate the ducks on the cruise ship so much.
I think the reason people hate ducks on a cruise ship has nothing to do with Jeeps. I think it has to do with, well, it could be with a particular, public service announcement that I may have put on yesterday's video. If you want to know what that was, go back and watch it. Hint, hint, hint. Go watch it. But there's just people out there that don't like these ducks, which, again, I don't get. Because if you don't want to hide them, well, you just don't hide them. If you don't want to find them, don't find them. Nobody makes you pick them up. Nobody makes you take them. Nobody makes you do anything with this duck. It's not like it's a damn requirement. It's not like you go up to check into your cruise and they're like, sir, I need to see your passport and your bag of cruise ducks. Please show me your boarding pass and all of the ducks you plan to hide. Damn, it's not a cruise requirement. You don't have to show a duck before you're allowed to have a table in the main dining room, see a show, or pull the slot in the casino. But good God, people hate them. They hate them enough that they write in comments, just like this. Time for Carnival to ban the duck phenomenon. It needs to stop. Now, keep in mind, this is a comment that they write into Carnival Cruise Lines after Carnival Cruise Lines' response was, let's put somebody in a duck costume and have them walk around on the ship. I think Carnival's pretty much made it perfectly clear what their stance is on the cruise duck, because they didn't say, maybe we should consider what this person is saying. No, they said, hey, how about a duck mascot? That is the way to go. But let's take a look at the survey. Let's find out, is this person right? Is this person wrong? Do we need to end the duck phenomenon? And everybody agrees with it. Well, kiss my grits. Turns out, nobody. Big fat 0% of people said the duck thing is out of hand and needs to stop. Now it's annoying and unhygienic, and Carnival should ban it now, just as other cruise lines have. 33,378 people voted and said, I have no problem with the duck tradition continuing. But it's unhygienic.
So are cell phone cords.
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm walking around a cruise ship, and I know to wash my hands. If I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands. Right before I eat, I'm going to wash my hands. Perhaps if I pick up a strange duck around on the ship, I'm going to obviously wash my hands if I've handled it. But what exactly makes it unhygienic? It's not like I'm going to pick it up and put it in my mouth. Because who doesn't immediately consider that the first option? Hey, look, a cruise duck. I found it sitting on the floor. Oh, pop it right on in like it's candy. But let this be an example for those that have said, everybody hates cruise ducks. It needs to stop. It needs to end. It needs to go away. Well, look at Carnival's response. Look at the results of this survey. You don't like them. Don't touch them. But you know what? Get over it. And for our final survey today, we're going to talk about a subject that's, I guess, could be similar to cruise ducks, but we're going to talk about towel animals. You go into your cabin, you know the room steward's been in there. You know how you know they've been in there? Because there is a towel creation somewhere in your room. Room stewards can get super creative with some of these towel animals. There's some of them out there that got to be like towel animal contest winners. They're creative, they're funny. The best one to this day is every time Tiffany thinks she's going to get into a towel animal battle with crew members, she has a book, How to Make Towel Animals. She takes it with her on ships. She tries to make towel animals. Crew members have so far taken this to be a challenge in every time, and it has resulted in some hilarious moments when we walk into our cruise cabin. Now, I get that maybe not everybody likes towel animals.
No.
No. But if you don't want one and you don't like one, did you know that you could simply tell your room steward on the first day, excuse me, I don't care for towel animals. There's no need for you to make me one.
I did not know that.
You did not know you could ask the room steward for something and they wouldn't do it?
I mean, I know that, but I'd have never thought to ask the room steward not to make me a towel animal because I take my book and I want to have a towel war with them.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, you would not think to tell your room steward not to do that, but if you didn't like towel animals and didn't want them and thought they were a waste of time, that's all you would have to do. But is it necessary because you don't like them, you don't want them, you think they're a waste of time that nobody should have a towel animal?
I'm just curious. How's it wasting my?
I would say that it is not necessarily a waste of your time, but crew members do have to take extra time to make towel animals. And if they had to make less towel animals, they would have, an extra amount of time. I couldn't even begin to guess what that would be. But, it's not like they just snap their fingers and a towel animal appears. It does take a minute. But I do truly believe that, at least for some crew members, they take some serious pride in these towel animals. There's too much love in artistic talent put in some of these towel animals for it to be forced upon them.
Dedication.
It's even more than dedication. It's not you must make a towel animal. For a lot of them, I think it's you get to make a towel animal. You can tell when that towel animal was made with artistic love.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. We love towel animals. Not everybody does. But those that don't, well, they're the ones that write in things like this. Towel animals are a waste of everybody's time. Well, you know what? It's not a waste of my time. I like to see them. I like to collect them. By the end of the cruise, I will have a couch full of them because I will hold on to them. That's when you'll see me telling my room steward, hey, leave my towel animals alone. Mm-mm-mm. Not that they're trying to steal your towel animals anyway, because just like you can tell when the room steward loves your towel animal, the room stewards can tell when you love them too, because you didn't take it apart and wash your hiney. No, you have them set up like in a zoo on your couch. But let's take a look at the survey results. Let's find out. Did people like them? Do people hate them? Do people think towel animals are a waste of time? My God, it is 3 in a row. 3 in a row. We're 0% of the people have agreed because 0 of the people said towel animals are a waste of my time and I do not enjoy them, while 27,187 people said I still enjoy the towel animals. Please keep them coming. Now, what I really like about these type of survey results is because it answers that final question of everybody agrees with me. This is what the people want. Nobody wants ducks. Nobody wants towel animals. Nobody wants to hear crew members talk in their own language. And wow, they do surveys and it turns out that absolutely 0 of those things are even remotely True. But next time you want to write in one of these types of comments where you know how everybody wants to cruise, what everybody needs, the way the cruise line should do it, I want you to remember back to these surveys. I want you to think about the types of results that keep coming up week after week after week on these surveys and realize chances are you're wrong. Chances are you don't speak for anybody other than yourself. Cruises are designed for everybody to have a good time. If you like this, you may like this. You may like this. You may not care for that as much, but you don't have to go over there and do it. That's the whole point of cruises. They have a little bit of something for everybody. Each cruise line has a little bit of something for everybody. Stop trying to change it to exactly and only what you want. This isn't Karen's Cruise of the Entitled. No, this is cruising for everybody, for those that just love cruising.
I think people spend way too much time trying to turn things around. Go out and enjoy your cruise. Quit trying to sabotage it for everybody else.
While I completely agree with that, honestly, boy, y'all give me something to talk about every Sunday. So I guess maybe I am a little torn whether they should stop or not. And that's going to be our Sunday video for whatever cruiser wants the survey edition. Let us know in the comments below. Where do you fall on these surveys? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. It helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we're going to put out a new video because you don't want to miss a video where you are going to find out that your favorite towel animal is an absolute waste of your time. Now, I hope everyone out there has a really great day, a really great weekend, and like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.